Good evening, everyone. I'm Veronica, representing the Center for Online Education at Christ Deemed to Be University, and I'm truly delighted to be your host today. A warm welcome to all our participants joining us from across different places. Today's session, AI is calling, are you answering? At Christ, we have always stood firm in our motto, excellence and service. Carrying that spirit forward, the university now brings its legacy of academic rigor and values into the digital space through our 7 dynamic undergraduate and postgraduate online degree programs, which includes BCom, BCA, MCA, MA English with Communication Studies, MA Applied Economics, MSc Data Science, and MSc in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. These programs are designed to empower working professionals, ambitious learners, and those returning to education, offering world-class learning with the flexibility of online studies. Now, it's my privilege to introduce our distinguished guest for the evening, Dr. Helen K Joy.
Hello everyone. I hope I am audible. If you can just give me a thumbs up, it will be great. Yeah, thank you so much. So, a warm good evening everyone. I hope everybody is doing fine. So with that note, with a happy note, we will just start our discussion. Thank you so much for your response. And then we will start with our thing, with our title, AI is calling, are you answering? So, a fascinating capturing line, right? The thing that you're seeing on the side, even that is generated by AI with the call or with the thing that we have given. So, the prompt that we have given. So, with that note, we will just start the thing. Okay. So, the very next slide. So, I just want to start with a gratitude note. So, this happened because of Christ University. Christ University's online platform, which is leading its excellence, and it is extending its way towards extending or putting hand towards the online teaching. The excellence that we are having here, we are extending to you through online degrees. And the director, Father Josie and Dr. Ashok Emmanuel sir, thank you so much. Gratitude from my heart for giving me this opportunity to go ahead with this thing. So if you ask me like who are you to stand before us and talk about this particular thing, I just want to give a gist of who am I and what all things are. What all things that I am doing is helping you to talk about this particular topic. So basically, myself, Helen K Joy, and currently I'm assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, and I am heading the Center for AI in Christ University, which is focusing on the AI development in overall university. Apart from that, my prior experience is I have taught in few engineering colleges, and then I did my full-time PhD. That is where I stepped into the world of AI, and followed by finishing that, I joined with Christ University. So for my passion towards teaching, I just have taken up this certification of Google Trainer certification, and for my PhD and to understand more about this deep learning part, I took that certification of deep learning with Keras. And my academic qualifications, as already she have explained, I hold a PhD. That is the strong part that is helping me to stand before here to explain about AI basically. Apart from all this, my interest lies in DIY. That I used to take to my class also to take up. Even in this AI world, this things helps. DIY crafts things, and I do write in Medium. I started it like when thoughts started overflowing. So we used to write when our thoughts are overflowing basically. So even now I used to take the help of AI for writing also. So with that note, we'll just start. I request you to take out your phone. If you are joined in phone, it's fine. If you have not joined in phone, you can just take out your phone and scan this QR code and just try to tell me what is AI for you. Maybe I can give you 2 minutes. You can just take out your phone and then you can just scan this QR code. And what is coming into your mind when you hear the word AI? AI is artificial intelligence. So when you hear that word, what is popping up in your mind? I'm just waiting. Maybe we will wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, one participant is typing. We are just two are typing. We are just curious to know what. Yeah, many started. We are happy. So we will just see what is there in their mind. Just simple. When I'm saying AI, what is popping up in your mind? Okay, both friend and foe. Okay. An intelligent replica of human brain. Okay. A guide or a helper. Okay. More like I wish to call it as a servant than a guide. Great. Helpful assistant. It's just an assistant. Oh, it's not a lifesaver. You are your lifesaver. But yet, great. Okay, powerful. AI is AI. Okay, good times. Transformative. An instrument which would enhance human intelligence. Okay. It's not notorious yet. Yeah, we do accept your thing. Yeah. Great. Okay. You keep writing. It's great to listen from you all. But then, like, on a lighter note, AI is not something that is superpower or something too great that as we think. So it is just our helper. Somebody have rightly mentioned it is just an assistant. Same like how mobile or how the boom of internet or how the computer helped us in our life. Same way, AI is also assisting us or helping us in our life to make our life easy. It is just you can just think it like you got a maid to assist you in your work. So it's just like that. Okay. So the intelligence part of it, we will discuss about it, how it got intelligence, from whom it got intelligence, all those things we will discuss in detail. But then before that, as the question comes, like AI is calling. So how can you assure that the title says like AI is calling? What's the proof that if I say AI is calling, what's the proof for that? So if you look around, I have taken very few of recent newspaper cut. So you can just have a check. So if you check in the geopolitics in the over the world, if you see the top companies, the topmost companies and the startups, even the mid-level companies, everyone started shifting their work towards AI. Okay, so they started upskilling the people who are working for them in AI to assist or to help or to make their work quick. So these newspaper cuts that it says like, if you see, basically for each companies, their income, their compound amount, their income is rising because of the use of AI, and their productivity is also increasing. And if you see the statistics in almost all the companies, Microsoft or Amazon, whichever you name it, it's not the topmost companies, it's even the startups. So there was a recent news like after the boom of AI in Bangalore, that just because this agentic AI came, there was 50 plus startups. So that's the power of AI basically. In every field you name it, it will be there. So just to have a proof, I have put this one. And coming to the overall income that a country is putting for the development of AI. So these all things are just proof that's happening around us that we should be aware of to understand like how much impact AI is having on this current world. So it is not a very new thing. When internet came, when IoT concept came, when computer came, this was the scenario. So we were not rejecting that. We were trying to open our hands and accept new technology. This is also just an era of new technology and we are just accepting that. And this boom will have a stability when when things are in place, when we start accepting it, when we start using it as our assistant. So coming to this thing back, so if you see here, US have put like 470.9 billion dollars for the investment that they have put in AI. US is the first company, followed by China, and then followed by UK, Canada. And if you ask me, what about our country, India? So yeah, that stands in 7th position, and then it holds like 11.1 billion investment in AI. So you can just think what are all the opportunities that is available for us. Yeah, now we will come back to our thing, like why AI now? What's the talk or what's the need of this particular thing? So if you ask me, like in the market, basically things work on the pulse of the market. So if you see the pulse of the market now, AI is trending, and we cannot say a blunt no to it. So what is happening is we are just transforming, we are just getting adjusted to that particular AI, we are trying to learn it. Okay, then it is revolutionizing productivity. Take it, name it, any field you say it, I'll be having a story to tell you about the increase in productivity because of AI. Take it as education, me as an educator, AI is helping me in my productivity. And see, there is a conflict of thought also here. Like recently a study that happened from MIT, that's what they divided the students into. I think most of you might have heard it. This was very trending also. This news was very trending. So I just thought I'll share with you when I was saying about this productivity part. Obviously, AI enhances our productivity. It saves our time in many tasks. Especially, I want to name that task. Those tasks, we call it as mundane task, in the sense, repetitive task. A telecalling job, creating a report, creating your study notes, all those things are kind of, we know the thing, we are not putting an extra creativity into that to generate that. So such kind of things, the time taken by that in our day-to-day life is more. So those things can be reduced and the productivity can be increased. That's the impact of this thing. But at the same time, there is another side of it. I want to mention that also, because every time when we are talking about one thing, we should not only support that part. So the second part that I want to share is a study that happened in MIT. What they have done is they divided the students into 3 groups, and for one set of group, they have given ChatGPT to use. For one set, they have given Google to use, and for one set, they have not given anything. They are just using their natural memory to come up with things. So the thing that they have given is to write essays and creative things. So at the end, the results, or looking at the productivity, the thing is, at one point, people were able to identify the similar pattern that AI is generating. The ChatGPT have generated kind of similar pattern. It was excellent in the initial read, but as it follows, it started using a similar pattern. That's one thing that they observed that made it a bit boring. And then this is not the interesting thing. The interesting thing is they checked the cognitive part of it, how much our cognition or our brain development or critical thinking part is concerned. So what was the study's result was, the set of group they were using ChatGPT, their connection or their neural activation was comparatively less compared to the people who have used their brain to develop this kind of creative thing. So they came up with a conclusion like usage of AI can reduce the critical thinking. So yet this is like in a research stage. I'm not stating it is good or it is bad, but then just giving a thought to understand like these are the both sides of it. Obviously it increases the productivity. At the same time, it will we don't know the long-term impact of this also. So this is one of the things that you can keep and just keep it in your mind. And the emergence of new role, obviously. So when as we are talking about one thing called AI will take off our job, at the same time AI will be giving you new opportunities also. So it is not just when computer came, this was the scenario. So people were just saying like, they are taking our job. But then like later what happened? So you were getting a lot of job because of this computer. So the same comes with AI also. So AI part, even though when people are saying it takes off job, it might take this mundane task basically, but it will give you a lot of opportunities to explore. So we are there to explore what are all the new opportunities that we are going to get with AI and what we need to do for that. This both thing I'll be just explaining. So coming to this part, this is the current scenario. This I have taken from the sources given over there, Economic Times. So this says like what are the fastest growing jobs from 2005 as year goes, what will be the scenario. So if you see over there, so dealing with big data, obviously once you start with AI, for sure the number of data is the protein or the energy of AI to work better. So obviously you will have data analytics or big data specialists, followed by your AI and ML developers and software developers like IoT developers and data analytics. Okay, these will be the booming job. So this is not by me. Basically, these people do research on what will be the extra things that will be coming or what will be the jobs that will be in trend in future. So from that only I have taken. So now this is something interesting that I need to put it forward to you. So here, the same website only, Economic Times, World Economic Times, it says like, what are all the skill set that you need for the development of this particular job. So if you see over there, the analytical thinking part is of like 69%, and AI and big data, if you see, the core skill is like 45%. And coming to the programming part, this is something of a big conflict. Even I don't want to comment on it because I don't have an extensive knowledge about commenting on this particular thing. So programming whole 17%, I can just tell the reason. You can just think over and explore more things on this part. Basically, if your critical thinking or analytical thinking or solving a problem is high, in that scenario, if you know the way to reach there, the way of creating that path is coding or programming. That will be done in assistance or in help with AI. That is why that 17% is over there. Obviously, you can do a research on that. You can understand more on that for sure. So yeah, this is a very recent. Yesterday, I was just rolling through the recent newses, and then I just read this thing like Elon Musk. He said like you need to focus your skills on physics and maths, basically math over coding, to learn or to explore more in AI. So this is a base thing that even we used to say. Then coming up with the thing, you just explore what is happening behind that. So if many of the comments when you are saying in the word cloud, you are saying like it is hilarious, it is great. If you know, if you understand deep behind what is happening and how it is trying to give you the answers, you will not say like AI is a superpower. You will just say the man who have made it or the person who have developed it, they are the superpower. In the sense, they use their mathematical skills and their coding skills to develop such thing. So you can just understand what are the complexity, what are the algorithms that they have used to develop that. So that exists, or if you want to build a model, you need to know basic, the core math and the coding part of it, just proper analytical thinking to reach out to that. So this era basically focuses on the skills. The skill matters basically, and it's up to your analytical thinking how you're taking it forward. Yeah, so we will just have a very bare understanding on what is this jargon words. You have AI, you will be hearing a lot of words on this things like AI, ML, DL, generative AI, all those things. But then like maybe you'll be just thinking or will be scared like what to say. People are talking big words, agentic AI, multi-agent. But let me understand what is AI first, what this particular thing is doing. So we'll start with base AI. Before the AI, if you look at that diagram, it is saying something about computer science, cognitive science, biology, maths, and psychology. This is the base of AI. All these things, all the things that you are seeing have come up with a blueprint from us. Scientists have started studying about the cognition or how a human brain think or respond when it says a particular object. Okay, how we find an object detection, how object detection will be done in a human. So we see things. Okay, we have a sensor, that is our eye. So our sensor will capture the thing repeatedly when it is seeing. So very first time I'm seeing a camera, imagine. So I don't know what's the name of that. So I keep asking help of the person who is standing. May I know what is the name of that? So he might say camera. Or maybe I'll be seeing something else in my phone and I'm asking, what about this? This is also camera. So I'm getting labels. I'm understanding that, okay, something. So I don't know how my brain will understand that. Might be the color, might be the lens. We don't know clearly which feature it will be understanding. So it will be just understanding in a particular way. Maybe I'll be understanding differently, another person will be taking it up differently. So each features of that will be fed in my brain and it will try to say that, okay, this is camera. When this is like you are seeing an object and you are labeling it with the supervisor and you are trying to label it, okay, this is this particular thing. The third time when I'm seeing a totally different thing, I'll try to understand what is saved in my brain that's already in my knowledge base. I'll understand that, okay, there is a lens, it is in black color, it's something over there. I'll try to predict that, okay, this is a camera. This is how our brain works. The same logic only they copied to make AI. Artificial intelligence. The intelligence that we are having, how we are loading that knowledge in our brain with the labels that is given. I am trying to predict something. The same way only your AI also works. You will have images, you will be giving images, you will say this is cat, this is cat, this is dog, this is dog, and it totally different input it will try to give and try to predict what is this. It is just like you can just think of a newborn baby, how we will be trained. Our parents will be showing, yeah, that is moon. The next day also it will show, they'll say that is moon. So at one point we'll understand something that is above us, that's in a circle shape, or it keeps changing the shape. Whatever you will be seeing over there, you will try to predict it as a moon. The same thing only happening in your supervised learning. So that's what the base of that. So that's why I was just saying it's not something magical. It is very base of cognitive psychology and your math and computer science associated with it to code it. So the idea come from cognitive science and biology and the psychology part of it, and then AI, so math is used to develop the algorithm and computer science is used to code it in a proper way for us to use it. So AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. It is very base. It is not new. It started in 1950s, if I am not wrong. Same like us, an educator, he wanted to start a conference, and the conference, he just didn't want it in a normal way, but he wanted it in a particular way, like how things are different, or like artificial intelligence. That is where the name was coined by John McCarthy. He is a professor in a university. He and his colleagues started for this particular thing in 1950s. From then, the studies are there, followed by, so it is just like a normal AI. If you just ask it, what it will do is, it will have an intelligence. Okay, you take up a vacuum cleaner that is cleaning your room, you take up a smart thermistor that is there in your home. All this can be tagged as artificial intelligence. But then when you come to ML or machine learning, there is something above it. In AI, basically, you will have a knowledge base, you will be storing the knowledge, and you will be trying to respond according to the environment. In ML, it comes a bit more deeper. It is just like you are going from class 1 to class 10. So little more understanding. The same intelligence, you will be trying to train it properly, and you will take the feedback of it and you will try to understand. But the learning level or the depth of learning will be minimal in machine learning. Then comes the third one, that is deep learning. Machine learning and deep learning, if you ask me, there is only one tiny difference. That is the depth of the learning. So I was just saying about the example of camera. So in machine learning, I'll be having minimal features. The number of features that I'll be learning will be limited. Whereas in deep learning, I'll be digging deep into that and I'll have more calculation, more number of layers to understand deep about it. You can just understand it with a base analogy. You are studying chemistry in class 8 and you are studying chemistry in MS for your MSc or your PhD. Both time you are studying chemistry only, but the depth of learning will be different. ML and DL is just like that. The number of layers of learning, the number of calculations will be more in DL. So then comes your generative AI, totally different. It's a part of your deep learning where your the thing that you are seeing now, the chat GPT, Claude or Gemini, Cursor AI, whatever it is, you name it, that all works on this particular thing called generative AI. So the name itself says the answer. What it is doing, it is generating. What it is generating? It is generating anything that you ask for. It can be a text, it can be a PPT, it can be a picture, it can be a video. It is generating based on what? Based on the natural language that we are giving. Okay. So I hope you might have understood a baseline of it. All these things I have told in a very layman's language. So to just understand how this particular thing, you see on the down image first, you have a brain over there, followed, you are just seeing an image of horse or a person riding on the horse, how your brain will take it. Basically, it will try to understand the background, then it will try to understand that particular animal and you will name it as, okay, this from your knowledge base you will take it as a horse, then you will understand the person who is sitting is a male or a female. All these things you will be analyzing. The same way how your cognition or how your brain works, the same way only the ML also or the deep learning also will do. So it will be dividing the things, it will be trying to understand the features. Okay, the horse, the pattern of it, the color of it, the way of it, the number of legs, all those things it will be just understanding. It's not exactly in this way. I have not added the math of it. I'm just making it easy to understand. Okay. So, and then it will try to predict that, okay, this is a horse picture, a person is sitting on that. This is how it works. This is how simple it is basically. But the same way your brain is responding, we are using math to understand and predict, basically the probability part of it to predict it. Yeah. So this is basically like, you name it, it is there. So I don't have to explain it a lot. So you take online shopping. Now even the scenario have changed in such a way that if you talk about it or if you chat like, okay, I want to have a pink lipstick, you open it, that will be there either in your Instagram or in your pop-up, you name it, it will be coming. So it will be like, is there anybody listening to me? So it is that way the online shopping is going. And the recommendation system, basically it will understand our needs and it will try to recommend. So AI in recommendation system, AI in farming, precision farming is something that it is developing for. Even India is having an applications, mobile applications for this particular thing. And then chatbot, basically the HR jobs, chatbots thing, and language translation, Duolingo. There are many applications, Google Translator for that particular, text to speech, and lot. So I'm not explaining much on that. You name it, it will be there in every field. Maybe you will be a student or a working professional. You name the field. I don't think you are away from AI. You have to add it and use it. So now we will come to our thing. Now we understood what is AI and what is the market outside, what is the scenario. I think you might have had a intuition like, yes, this is something that I have to learn. But then how? So you will be just thinking like how I can be a master of this particular thing, or what is the expectation of industry when you're going outside, how I can skill it to get a job. So coming to the thing, as I told, the first thing is obviously the boring part, that is the fundamental math and the probability behind this. So you need to have a base understanding on what is that happening behind the scene. So than saying like AI is great, AI is intelligent, You just think how it is, just that how will help you a lot to find the answer. So how this particular thing is happening, how AI can predict a thing, or how it is trying to recommend a particular product for me. So every answer for that how helps you to reach the first part, that is foundation. Obviously, if you ask me, it is a kind of boring part, and especially if you doesn't like math, it will be. But then it is, if you are taking it up in the right way to understand that math is really beautiful, to have the better understanding of this particular thing, then you should have a base coding understanding. Python is quite okay. You will be able to learn it. I am a person who learned Python in my PhD, so you will be able to master it, and you should have data literacy. You should understand about the data better. And coming to the second part, you should understand about what is this data set, what are all this base project building things that you need, followed by the upskilling of it, or pushing yourself to the project part, than just understanding or learning and stopping. You can just push towards you to make some small applications over that. So the essential tools that you need to take up, as I told, like the base thing that you need is the fundamental core, followed by the programming. Programming, you can take up Python, or if you are comfortable with other things like TensorFlow, Jupyter Notebook, whichever it is comfortable, you can take it up. You should have a better understanding on data, because you are dealing with data. So that's the second thing. And the third and main thing is your ML and DL frame. If ever your focus is to go to an ML developer, or the developer side of it, or model development, understanding on model, that part is very important. Again, math is connected with that particular thing. Coming to the next one, generative AI tools and ML and LLM ops. Basically, it says about the completion of the total work. So you can just have an understanding, like you need to start from the fundamentals, followed by programming. You try out some codes, some base model understanding, and you can follow, or you can try developing or mimicking some existing model. That also helps you to have a good rapport with AI, basically. So yeah, this is something that I want to put forward to you. I actually didn't come up with the tools. Basically, if we talk about tools, there are plenty of tools which I can help. That is a different thing. But then with the title that is given, like AI is calling, and you have to answer to it. So how you will answer to it? That's a great question. So you can answer to it by learning it and doing things for it. So take the goodness of that and try to use it for your application and give it back. So you start with the project. So if you ask, there are plenty of free data sets that is available in Kaggle, or else you can take up your models. Pre-trained models also will be there. You can just use it to build your application. So the thing is, you should have a clear problem, what I need to do for it. So than starting, or than blindly starting on the theoretical part, you can just take a problem and start learning, like, okay, to solve this problem, what all things I need. Okay, if your problem is just a classification, to understand, is it my photo or somebody else's photo? So that's the problem that you have. Just you need to identify, this is Helen. So you can just think, okay, how I will do it. So you can connect with how your cognition is helping for that. Then you can ask questions on how this particular thing is happening. Obviously, math comes in that. So you can follow, then you can check on what are the classification models that is available, try out a data set, take out your photo, tell that this is Helen, and give some random photos and say this is not Helen. Okay, so that at one point it will train, you check the accuracy, and then you go for the modeling. So this is how, until you put your hands on it, it is okay to fail, it is okay to get errors, but until you try it with simple projects, that is, it's fine. So recently I was just going through a hackathon. It's like, the name itself says, like, it's like good for nothing application. So a person who have posted that, it is like what he have done is, there was a saying in Malayalam, "Appan dinna madi kuri annanda." So the holes in that, there was a picture of the dosa or appam, and what his project was doing is, it is just counting the number of holes in that appam or that particular dish. So it is just, actually it's an application, it's a nice application, but then he or the person who have done it have learned a lot about it and he did it. But if you ask me, like it is kind of, the hackathon itself was for such kind of projects. It means like good for nothing project. But the things that is coming out, the learning outcome of that will be really great. Okay, so it's up to your interest. You can take up what is fascinating to you or what is really annoying you, that problem you can take, then only you will get an interest to proceed with that. Okay, so talking a lot about it, there is something called ethics in AI, which everyone feels that it is the boring part of it. And one more thing is there, explainable AI. Like basically, if you ask many algorithms that comes up, if you give input, it will give the output correctly. But then if you ask me what particular thing it has learned, you will not have an idea. So it was named as black box prior. So later, this thing called explainable AI came. So there was a study on that. So it was capturing a picture of an aquarium or a sea with fish. So it is correctly predicting that it is fish with a very high accuracy of near to 100%. Then later, when they dig into that and checked each feature, what actually it has learned is not the fin or the size of the fish. It learned the background, in the sense anything that comes with a background of light blue color can be named as a fish. That is what it learned. Actually, it was a wrong learning. Okay, so things like that. So if we go up with the explainable part of it, then only you will be able to proceed with that. And coming to the ethical and legal and responsible AI is the topic around the town now. So you cannot just deal with AI as it is. There are rules. European Union came up with the rules first, followed by, I mean, how much extent AI should help us. So what are the privacy issues? What are the, there were actually issues that will come above our head, in the sense, what if there are robots who is trained to take care of child. One simple example I am saying out of that. What if the child get so attached to that particular robot than any parents? So where is the emotional connect from human to human comes? So there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of, obviously it is helping the parent to for the taking care of the baby, but then like what about the emotional connect? So there are plenty of questions like that, right from education, right from the place we are working. But then like there are some set of rules also for that. There is another question, like if self-driving car is on, like you have Waymo, you have Uber over there, it will just come pick us, and if you give the location, it is in the road. But then like what if it walks a bit different and it tries to hit and kill a pedestrian? Who will be responsible for that? Is it the person who designed it? Is it the person who designed the chip? Is it the person who, the company who own it, who will be sued for that? So these are few questions or few dilemmas that is around. That is why they are not putting it just giving, but then yet there are many things that was given to the public also, like ChatGPT, Gemini, and it was given to public also so openly. But then like, yeah, we should know the responsible use of it. There are things coming like, what about the privacy if you are giving all the details? So all those things are a concern. That is another big area. Or responsible AI is a particular area that is yet in thing. Even colleges, educational system, companies, everyone have this particular thing. Okay, so I just want to have a quick note. This is like, here in this webinar, basically, I have not taken up any particular topic or a particular tool. I just want to tell you that this is in trend, and you please don't oppose it. You try to accompany it or try to accustom with that particular change and try to learn it, than telling that this is something big that I cannot do it. Okay, this is actually base simple thing. So you can just if you want to learn it, so you start with your base Python. You just understand what is the normal Python and the base ML concepts, and you start with tiny projects, in the sense what I have told, like to classify is it my face or not, whichever finds interesting for you. Okay, you will have your own core domains which makes you happy. It can be music, it can be like film, it can be anything. So you take up, you do projects on that, and then you can try prompting, base prompting practice, and followed by you just learn about the next part. That is, once you have finished with doing your base experiments, you can just follow the next level, that is your ML and your DL and your generative AI part, and at least you deploy one project. Why I'm saying is, you take a normal data set, you try out in the first tiny project, you can take a data set and you can do it. But when you're deploying your project, you try it with a real-time system and do it from end to end, from start till the end. You will feel the real pain, and if you are able to do at least one such project, I assure that you will be able to deal with the things currently that is happening. So with that note, so I just want to end just showing, this is not a great thing, but I just thought, like, before me talking these things, I should not say like it is just an oral thing. So this is a very simple application that we have done from Christ University. So what we will be doing is, we have a everyone, basically every educator will have a thing like, we have to generate reports for all the events. For each events that we are conducting, we have to generate reports. So it was like quite time consuming thing. So what we have done along with the students is like, so we have developed an application basically on, so if you upload the poster, it will be trying to give you the report within less than 2 minutes. We are just pulling the API from Gemini as it is free. It's not a great work, but then it's a useful work. So it is just, we are utilizing the application of AI for our daily needs. That's what I told. I like to call it as an assistant or a servant for me. So not only this, Christ have come up with many other projects also, like for helping out the faculties, generating their PPTs and all. Then like we are in the process of developing chatbot. So it's in, and basically it's all from student side. So that's how things works over here. So yeah, so the final note of it, that as I told, like it is calling, so you all are able to hear the call now. So how I should deal with it, it's like you pick your problem, you start doing your thing, and you share it. So as you complete one, you will be able to feel that adrenaline rush that's there in you, that helps you motivate to learn more and more about it. So with that note, I just want to thank every human that is there in the loop. So than AI, than any other thing, it's the superhuman, that is you behind the scene, who is helping you out in this. So happy to be there with you and just tell the call of AI. So whatever things I have used, I have given the reference for that, whichever thing, the economic things and all, sorry, the economic forum, the job things and all that I have given a proper reference. I have not created it. So it is taken from a proper reference that's also given. So with that note, I just want to end, and just I want to end it up with a sweet note that, so just listen to the call and just be there, explore more, don't stop that I will not be able to, or it is something different. No, it is not different. So you just explore, you talk about it, and if you get doubt, let it be the tiniest doubt, you talk about it, explore it more, and just listen to the call. Though that's what I wrote there, like, let's be ready, just answer to the call that AI is calling. With that note, I just want to wish you all a very good evening, and thank you so much. So I got a question in the chat board, like from Chaitanya, if I'm not wrong. Deep learning is basically neural network. It is not neural network. Basically, neural network is just an architecture that is made with neurons. Basically, how our human brain works. So how we feel everything is like, we will get information from, if I'm touching something, so the neuron will pass the information to the brain, and it will try to understand that, okay, something have touched. Okay, so that is the connection of neurons till your brain. The same thing they try to replicate, that is neural network. Basically, you will have an input, you will have an output. It will try to communicate between the nodes to get the output. That is neural network. In deep learning, basically, yes, you have like layers, but it's not exactly only this neural network. It's like the layers, hidden layers that is inside. You have an input, you have an output, but then the learning or the feature extraction will be more. The learning part will be more than only to the base level. That is what your deep learning says about. For example, eligibility for MSc AIML. You're pursuing an economics and sociology. Can we join? Give me a time. I'll just connect with them and let you know the answer for that. So for your MSc AIML, as per the rule, it is like any UG with 50 percentage, sorry, UG undergraduate with 50 percentage, plus you should have a base computer science or IT or mathematics background. It is mandatory. Math or stats is required. So I think that question is answered. Ma'am, how do we navigate to AI ML as a career from someone who is from arts background? Yeah. So this is not at all a difficult task. So I just want to ask with the question like, yeah, the person who got recently the Nobel Prize in chemistry was not from chemistry. It was from the person who was doing in AI basically. So it is not too hard for you. So if you are ready to work, the things are there around you, you can explore. So as I told, like you start learning Python, you start learning your core math, you try building a project, you will be all set for that. How to find a nice and a best AI project idea. There are plenty of project idea, but the best thing that you can try is there will be something that is interesting for you, in the sense like maybe if I am more interested in listening to music, so you can just think of what are all the application that you can do in music, maybe to understand which is the particular genre of that music, categorize it according to that. So whichever is your interesting field, you take that and try to do project in that. That helps you to learn more about it. So by 2030, will AI replace the teacher's job permanently? The answer, as a proud teacher, I will say no, because just a question I'll ask you back. So you don't have teachers, you don't have anything, you're learning everything from ChatGPT. You're getting an answer. How you will validate it is right or wrong? Where is the human in the loop? See, you're getting an answer, but you prompt in ChatGPT, till now you will be getting wrong answers. Just below ChatGPT or any generative AI, there will be a tiny line, ChatGPT can make mistakes. Until that is available, so I am secured with my job. So it's not about that. It's like obviously human in the loop is really really important. But as you ask, like if I am teaching like whatever is there only in the textbook, yes, obviously my job is in fire. I will not be. So I have to learn. I have to be a skilled person to learn more about it and an expert to say that whether it is right or wrong. In that scenario, obviously upskilling helps us. Ma'am, what are all the ways I can use AI in economics? Predictive analysis is a great way where you can understand. And now the biggest thing, if you're like very expert in that, there is a big research that is happening in stock prediction. So everyone, see, I doesn't know anything about stock. Okay, but still, if I want to put it in stock, and if I have an AI assistant who help me clearly, like you buy this stock, maybe you will get better one. So if you are having a chatbot to tell you, to guide you on that part, it will help. So predictive analysis basically helps in economics part. That's one of the option. You can have many. Is it good time to learn AI technology? It is spanning fast. Yeah. So the answer is, see, focus on one thing. Fundamentals are not going to change. So if you run behind the names, the jargons, in the sense like agentic AI came today, Llama came, so I have to learn that, multi-agent came, ACP came. So if you start running like that, you won't be able to deal with anything. Be cool, start with the base fundamentals, math, understand one project, then it will be, if the base is same, it will be actually easy for you to explore more. Will AI replace human resource in organization and will it equally improve manpower? So the answer actually I have given. Obviously, it will take some jobs that is called as mundane task. It is repetitive task basically. Such kind of jobs will be taken. But then like to deal with this AI thing, obviously you need more manpower. So it is just now a big confusion. But then like same as this computer came, there were many talks similar to this, if you remember. But then at one point it becomes stagnant and you got accompanied or like you got adjusted with that. The same is going to happen for AI also. So it is not, according to my understanding, it won't till now. Maybe it might change even tomorrow. Till now, in my understanding, on what all researches or the papers I have read, currently it is not in a state to replace human. Human in loop is really important. So if you ask me, like there is something called Turing test. So till now, no machine is able to break that. Until that, we humans are safe. Will AI replace financial analytics? It cannot replace, but then it can assist on that particular part. We can see many e-commerce platforms like Meesho, Flipkart, using AI for customer support. Yes, chatbot basically. What are the job? That's what. So chatbot or the thing that I told, that is named. They are not using a creative part of it to do their job. It's a repetitive task. If you call to a particular customer care, basically they will listen to your problem, they'll try to answer, but the answer that they are giving, they are not using their brain to give the answer. They are using some existing policy that is there to give the answer. So instead of reading the policies and giving the answer, they are just replacing it with a machine to read that and give the answer. That's it. That is why that job part is, but still like for if it is not able to sort, there will be still a human in the loop, but then like the count is really less. As a finance student, what? Yeah, to learn AI, basically it is start from fundamentals. You have plenty of free course also that is available. You have a Python course that is free from Harvard University. Then you have your free machine learning AI course from Google. You can take up. You don't even have to pay for it. If you are really interested, slowly learn, you will be able to take up. Is AI and robotics same? No, AI, as I told, like AI is artificial intelligence. It is just the extra intelligence that we are giving to a particular machine to work on it. Robotics is an area where the electronics and the mechanical part is combined together for a particular machine to work, or we call it as a robot, to work according to the instruction. AI can be integrated with robotics to make it a smarter one. So it is not the same. AI is a different field. Artificial intelligence and robotics is a different field. It is a combination of mechanical plus electronics and electrical. Can AI replace economist? For if your job as an economist is just to assist, obviously AI will be smart enough to do that job. That's what I told as a teacher. If AI can replace me, if my knowledge is bare minimum, I'm just reading the book and coming to class and giving the lecture, then AI can replace me because the knowledge base that I am having on that particular thing is very limited. But then like I have my own experience, I have my own information called heuristic information that I learned over time. This mistake comes, how to deal with it. Okay, so that helps me to be an expert or to beat AI. Yeah, I hope I have answered all the questions. Ma'am, I request you to kindly present the reference. Yeah, if it permits, I will be okay to share the things. And there is nothing more over there also, so you can explore. Yeah, so you can actually extensively use the things that is freely available for you. Yeah, I just want to add this note also. If you are a student, you have 1 year of subscription for Gemini Pro. You have to just upload your login with your college mail ID basically to get that thing. If you are an Airtel user, you have a Perplexity Pro for that. You will be able to use that freely. So it's, you don't have to even have to pay for it. It is open for you to explore. So you can explore how much ever you want. The base questions that you are having, if you feel if you're not finding a right person to ask, you can explore through these kind of things. How can AI learning, how can learning AI helps financial students? I think I have answered that thing. In every field, literally, you name the field, it is going to have an AI assistant for that. So it is better to add your knowledge along with your domain knowledge. See, I will not be a right person to do research in finance. So if you know a bit of AI and you already know more about finance, you can do wonders in that. Being a data scientist, is it right to join the finance field, as I'm thinking to integrate AI into that? Yeah. Any field, that's what I told, any field you name it, if you are able to, you will be an expert in your field. Just learn an extra thing of AI and explore, add advantage. I mean, you will be knowing what are all the difficulties that you are facing in that particular thing. So if you add that AI part into it, your thing will be done. It will be great. So it's always good to learn new things. I think all the answers I tried to answer. Thank you for being great, audience. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you, Dr. Helen, for this insightful session, and thanks to each one of you who joined us today and made the session engaging with your thoughtful questions. I warmly invite you to log on to our website online.christuniversity.in to know more about our programs. Have a wonderful evening, and we look forward to connecting with you again. We have a series of webinars organized just for you. Stay tuned.